nice Troy screen.
Yep.
That's what would kind of be there. So any of the stuff that's here are just, again, your supervisory valves that are closed because of the sprinkler system. They're just keeping the water out of the building until it's ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Anything else besides that is in your trouble section here. It's all touchscreen too. As you can see, if you want to be in your supervisories, press your supervisories. You want to be in your troubles, you go into your troubles. So the first one there, it is because of any bypasses that we activate. So any of them in any series will keep that bypass switch active to let you know that somebody has bypassed your fire panel. So whether we put on just the mag one or whether we put on multiple ones, it'll keep that point active.
Okay.
The other one is just because I'm downloading to it, so that's a data point, it'll disappear. That's just from my laptop being there. So once those are off, and your troubles will restore by themselves. So I'll show you that again. So press to take bypasses off, and your bypass trouble goes away. So this will go away once I'm left today, and then once the sprinkler guys do their valves, all that stuff will clear as well.
Okay.
There is one from the generator, but we won't get into that fine detail for you. Just that's why those are there.
Okey-doke.
Yeah. So we'll put our bypasses on.
Yep.
So we won't need to make noise or anything for you today. And then we'll go hit a pull station. So the next thing would be sitting in a normal state, an alarm comes in.
Right.
So we'll go over and we'll show you that right here. We'll have you hit one too. For the sake of it. So this guy here.
And pull it? Or just pull it?
Well, you'll probably have a glass rod in there, so I'll show you how to take a glass rod out.
Yes.
So that way if you actually do want to pull the stations rather than just setting them off. But
Okay.
yeah, so when you do your own monthly fire alarms, you can come over and do exactly this. So it's just a flathead screwdriver in the top
Yes.
here.
You give it a twist.
Yeah.
We did that the other
A
day.
little more stuck than the other ones. There we go. And the idea normally is like if you're doing it the official way is you would lift this here. And what that does is, and I'll show you from the other side because it's easier.
Oh yeah, it just slides it right
Yeah,
out.
so
Okay.
when you're
gonna
looking
give
at-
me some of those, I guess.
Yes, that's the idea. Is,
Okay.
yeah, we'll provide some of those as well. So the idea with that is it lifts that metal cover that stops it from sliding back
see,
in
okay.
here. So now you can
Now
go
I can
ahead and
pull
pull
it,
the station
okay.
without breaking the glass rod.
There we go.
And the same principle applies is that in order to reset it, because of the way the switch mechanism works, you'd have to open it, push your switch down, and keep this up. And when you replace your glass rod in the real event, it would hold that for you, but without the glass rod, it's going to fall, right?
I
So
see.
we'll go ahead and put your glass rod back in so we don't have to fight that. That can be a bit of a trick, however you choose to do it. I usually go one finger here,
Yeah.
the other finger holding the darn thing
Okay.
up out of the way,
Yeah.
and then you slide in through the hole there. It's a, yeah. It's easier than it looks. Did you want to try slipping it in there?
Yeah, let's give it a
Perfect. Go ahead, yeah, try taking it out.
So
and try putting
you
it back
went
in.
like this
Yep.
here.
And then you'll feel,
Then, oh yeah, just slide
Yeah.
that right out, no
There you go.
problem. Okay, so hold that like that.
yep.
Slide that into there, like so. And then that's it, eh? Oh,
Yeah, you can
oh,
even tilt
something's
it on
wrong.
a bit so
Something's
you can
not
see it
right.
better.
Something's not
Your
right.
handle slipped down on you.
Something's not right.
So
Okay,
hold your
just
handle
give it-
back up
Yeah.
with your other
So
finger
go
or
like
what have
this,
you.
like that.
Yeah. And then hold that. Oh, sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
Yeah, your handle's perfect. Yeah,
There
you
we
got
go.
your pinky
Oh
on
my
it.
god, it went right through the other side. Oh, it's a little. It is a little trickier.
That's
isn't
why I figured I'd have you do it while I'm here. Yeah,
Okay,
it takes
so
a.
there we
You get the hang of it.
go. Okay, so now I can put that back down.
You got it.
Now I can put that back up.
Yep. And then just give it a palm hit. I know it seems weird, but they're very tough. And
There
that's
we go.
the best way to get that spring latch
So
back
now
in
it
there.
should say that it was pulled up the thing.
Exactly. We'll go check that out now. So we'll show you what it looks like on the fire panel then.
right.
Under normal circumstances right now, your reception horn and your 4 nurses' desks will be the only horns right now that are going off for the alert tone,
Right.
which is just that brief sound that we heard. It's about 1 pulse every 20 seconds.
Okay.
And their strobes will be going. But everything else in the building, in the main areas, hallways, that all stays silent. So we'll go into our alarm here. So this is the area where it was. Core area, west corridor, adjacent room, C24 exit. And that,
Right.
of course, becomes easier as you're more familiar with the building.
Yes.
And once you have your passive graphic provided to you, you can look exactly see where that room is. So the first thing is, we've come in and we see the alarm area. We can see it here, core area.
Yep.
Under normal circumstances, the fire department would show up, go through their whole thing and everything like that. They would usually be here, depending on the response time, relatively quickly because you only do have 5 minutes on your timer. So your timer activates immediately when an alarm comes in, and it'll flash here. This one I'm actually going to get rid of so you can see those better. So it flashes up there on the green light that you can see to indicate that it started the timer down. In the event you need to cancel your timer, now this will depend on what the fire department allows you
They
to
said
do.
don't touch it.
Ah, fair enough.
That's what you
So
told me. Just leave it. Don't touch it. till
fair
it gets
enough.
here.
So
What if I had to?
Yep.
you could just silence the alarm or whatever if you don't want to do that.
It totally depends on your fire plan with
Right.
them. Sometimes they'll give you permission to do certain things before they arrive.
Okay.
Other times they'll ask you not to touch it until
That's
they
what they
arrive.
said, because they
Yeah.
don't touch
In which case, you would spend this time relaying the information to your employees about how you'd like to go ahead about it, because now we know, for example, it's in the core area. So that's all part of how you guys choose to react
Go there
to
and
a fire.
check and see, did someone pull it? Is there a fire? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then
Someone
that whole
investigate.
5 minutes, you know, if we don't find out what happened before the 5 minutes, it's going to automatically switch to evacuation. So that's where, again, your fire plan can be important, because they might want you to not allow it to slip into evacuation, or they
Right.
may. It depends on
Yeah.
the fire department. So let's say for the example that they don't, we'll just let it time out here. 5 minutes does seem like a long time, but we've already probably gone in about 3 minutes of that.
Yeah.
So, but what we can do for our own peace of mind is for panel silence here, we
Yeah.
can press that and it silences just the
Just
panel.
here.
That's its job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the alarm silence would silence the alarms, but we don't touch that
Don't
without
wanna
the
do
fire
that.
department's
That's
permission.
right.
Yeah, they get the final call on that. Same
Okay.
with resetting, anything like that. So once that, we'll just let it sit, expire, and then we'll show you how the PA system works next. That would be how you would direct your staff, for example. So whoever comes
Right.
here responds, they can get on here and say, you know, attention, this is where the fire is. Anybody at the nurse's desk will already know that information, because these displays
already there.
exactly exist at the
Right
nurse's
behind the
station.
desk there.
And they'll get the audible signal right at their desk.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the fire separation doors will close on the first stage without the bypass on. The mags, however, won't release until the second stage, until you're fully ready to
Right.
evacuate people or your 5-minute timer
That way
expires.
everybody's not running out of the building.
Exactly. Then you don't have to worry about which doors open, who was at what door, what resident went where,
Okay.
things like that, until an evacuation happens. And then the primary concern is get everybody out anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and again, we're just waiting for that timer there to count down for us. 5 minutes is a long time when you're waiting, eh?
Yeah. I bet you're close to 4 now or something.
That's
There's no
just it,
countdown
right?
on this one, but I noticed there's a countdown on the nurse's station. There's like a longer one like this, and that counts down something. I don't know what that
on
one's
the nurse
counting.
call.
Might be something with their system.
Yeah.
Like a roaming system or something like that.
There we
But
go.
there. So there's our 5-minute timer. So
Okay.
your green light now switches to an automatic or auto evac timer
Yes.
expired. So that's
Okay.
been your 5 minutes. All your signals in the building will now activate. So anything in the common corridors down here in the core, it won't just be those 5 specialized horns at the nurses and reception desks.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is
Cool.
how your first to second stage through that at least aspect works. Now, if you needed to communicate with your staff, this here usually won't interrupt within the first minute, just like anything else. So down here, there'll be a 1-minute inhibit that flashes. We were just out there before the 1 minute, but we can independently show you that again. It will flash that whole 1 minute. Once it stops, we can then do things like cage, silence alarms, but that 1 minute is by code the way it has to work. Now, so let's see here. If we can override, we should be able to override the all call. So in the case you'd like to communicate to your staff, for example, this is in the core. So depending on how you want to address these fires, you can call
Everybody.
all sections in the building.
Yeah.
You can do just the wings, depending on where the fire is. So earlier when we saw the fire come in on, say, the northeast wing,
Right.
we can just specialize it to the northeast wing, depending on how you choose to do your evacuation. For this one here, we'll just use all call.
All right.
Because we want to be able to hear it. My apologies. You know what? We'll switch that to core page. So that way just us in the core hear it.
Okay.
And it's just as easy as that. Press to activate,
Yeah.
press to deactivate. You can select multiple ones if you wanted to. However, that's why the all call exists. At that
okay.
point, it becomes
Great.
easier just to do an all call throughout the entire building. So this guy here, you have to press and hold the mic down. You'll activate the pre-tone signal, it's called. So let's see if we can go over our signal bypass. There we go. So that will play before you're able to talk, and this will flash green. Once it goes solid, the pre-tone is stopped and the mic is now active. So you just have to move in close enough to the mic and you can
Yeah.
test the microphones.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So works just like that. Release to let go. It keeps everything selected, so that way if you're done talking, it will go back to
Can
the
I do
normal
I
signals.
want to do an all call.
Yeah,
I wish everybody a
absolutely.
Merry,
Of course
Happy
you can.
Easter. All right.
I'll let you hit the
Okay.
buttons, buddy. Yeah. And deselect your core page just for good practice. So that way you don't have
Okay.
more than you
And
need
then now I
necessarily
hit this.
selected. Absolutely. Hold that. You got it. You're going to get your pre-tone. This will flash. Once that goes solid and you hear your pre-tone stop,
Check, check. This is your maintenance supervisor wishing everybody a very happy Easter. Thank you. Bye.
There you go. And you can release. And at any point, if you want to make another message, you just press it again. The pre-tone will fire.
Turn it off now.
Sure, yep, absolutely. There you are. And again, you can do that even when the signals are playing, as long as it's not within the first minute of activation.
First minute, you can't do anything.
Exactly. It's
just
got
has
to
do
play
its
to let
thing.
people know, so that
Okay.
way they get that chance. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, let's say somebody forgets kind of how to use this, and they come in the first minute, hold it down, and stop all the signals, right? That's
Right.
kind of the idea behind
I
it.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, and at this point, shifting back over here to this side. So at this point, we would have hit auto evacuation, and again, depending on how you guys choose to do that to your evacuation zones,
Right.
that's what the panel's going to look like.
Okay.
So we'll do a reset on
Reset.
this guy.
Yeah.
So just reset button there, one quick press, boom, good to go. You gotcha. Yeah, as long as that pull station has been restored to
Right.
normal, like we did before we came back, that's how that guy works.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
And now it's back to being showing because they're not charged.
Exactly, your
Nice.
sprinkler valves.
Okay.
Normally it would go back to just that displace that we
You
have.
do it like this.
Absolutely, yep.
There, or this can slide. Can it?
You got
Yeah, all right.
it. Yeah, either way, really.
Okay.
So sometimes just the back end of a pen is almost the easiest way because
Oh,
it
okay.
works very nicely
Oh,
with that
very
too,
good.
and it keeps my own hand gets in my way when I do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, just the pen is very good.
Oh boy, a pen.
Works
Any
very
pen.
well.
Because
Just-
normally you need those
yes.
special pens. To do
No,
that with
it's
your
just a
finger.
very
This
dull
is very,
edge.
Very good.
Yeah. So that's primarily how that all works there. We'll show you a circumstance where, let's say for example, you get a first stage alarm, but the fire department arrives within 3 minutes and asks you to silence the panel.
Okay.
Then we're going to put, they're going to do their investigation, but we'll say, something worse happens and they need to re-engage the system, or they've decided, this is becoming worse than we initially thought. Now we need to evacuate the building. We'll show you how that kind of works there. So we'll go out and hit that. Actually, I'm going to go out and hit that post station. I'll let you guys hang out here so you can just
Okay.
kind of see what it looks like to get it in. That way it's not going to be like a surprise for you, right? When you first ever see a live one and you have to run to it, you'll be standing here, get you used to the idea.
Okay.
Did I even put my bypass on? Good, I hope that. I always forget. Whether I did or didn't, I mean. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Again, we're back to the first stage. So
Right.
let's say it's been 3-4 minutes and the fire department
Okay.
arrives
Yeah.
before the auto evacuation kicks in.
Yeah.
They may ask you to do one of two things. So they may ask you to silence the bells. What's going to look like for you though is silencing your bells here.
Yeah.
So once the 1 minute stopped, of course, I apologize. We'll wait for the 1 minute.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's not going to let me. Then we'll show you what to do. So this 1 minute is part of it.
Yeah.
Like we said, you won't be able to do anything for the first minute. And that's okay, that's normal. Again, a long time when you're waiting for it. Wonderful, there we go. So now our guys stop flashing down here, meaning that we can do things like page and silence the bells. So let's say they've arrived here, they ask you to silence your panel. So you can silence your panel first, and then use alarm silence. We'll silence any of the signals that are going off. At this point, again, just the nurses and the reception signals will be going to let your staff know what's going on. The doors would have dropped on first stage, but not released your magnetic locks.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing is, once you've silenced your alarms, it automatically cancels your automatic evacuation.
Okay.
So that can, if you notice it hasn't, or if you cancel it ahead of time automatically by pressing this button, no problem. It's just automatically taken care of when you hit your alarm silence. So if they ask you to silence your panel or stop your timer, it's the same button that does it. I know that's
Okay.
two things at once
Yeah.
there, but that's
Okay.
how. So before, when we waited for that green light to switch to red, now we've just stopped it from counting at all.
I see.
And again, just the alarm silence does that automatically. So now they're on site, they told you to silence your panel, they discover, oh, this is maybe going a little further than we thought, we need to evacuate everyone. So you have two options. You can use the key station out on any of your pull stations. They have
Yeah.
that second stage key that we've done before.
Right, yeah.
And I do have that with me, we can do that again. I grabbed it from my truck, I don't believe I have one on my person, but the other option is if it's closer or they have someone here, they'll likely just use the total evacuation button. So we'll move this a little out of our way so you can see what we're looking at. And so down here at the bottom, on your on-call or on your paging system, you also have a total evacuation button. So when you hit the total evacuation button, it's going to do just that. It's going to go into total evacuation.
The lights all blink everywhere, the freaking mag locks all open, and
Yep, exactly.
fire plan
It'll
goes in
react just as if you hit a key switch. So like, let's say, whoever has your key isn't close by, or you can't communicate to them in enough time. Listen, I need that key switch to be activated in the second stage. Anyone here can activate total evacuation just by hitting that button. And to stop it, all you do is simply unpress the button. And that will be once the fire department gives you the all clear, everything's
Right.
fine, let's restore it back to normal. That's when they'll tell you to reset the panel and go back to normal, and they'll be on their way.
okay.
That's usually at the point they take over.
Right.
They may ask for assistance on, like, oh, how do we silence your panel?
Yeah.
Things like that. But usually at that point, they're taking over.
They usually know about these things probably.
Yeah, the chance that you would have to initiate evacuation is very rare.
Okay.
It would be once you discover, okay, your first stage alarm has come in, you've communicated in the area with the staff, they say the fire is getting out of control, we can't wait the 5 minutes. That would be the only circumstance you would have to use your evacuation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very unlikely, however possible.
Right.
Very unlikely.
Okay.
So normally, again, the fire department, it would just be if they ask questions on how to activate that. Say they don't have a key for the second stage, same thing, can't get somebody close by with one, then they would use the total evacuation. Just because even our closest police station is about 8 meters down the hallway.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Just gives full total control here at the system.
Very good.
Yeah. Questions?
No, I think you've explained it pretty
Cool.
good. So yeah,
Very good, man.
it's pretty thorough there.
Do you want to try running through it again real quick?
Sure.
We'll
We're
let
gonna
you
go pull a station. Are we gonna pull one?
Yeah, I'll go out and hit one, and we'll let you kind of come in here, hit
All right.
panel silence, and apart from that, really that's going to be your interaction with it.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I'll go hit
You're
one.
gonna go do the same thing there?
Yeah, I'm going to go do the same thing,
Okay,
and
just wait a
I'll be
minute.
right back. So by the time I'm back,
And
the
it'll
only
almost
thing-
be a minute.
Well, not even. It takes a little longer, but the only thing that you're going to do is just notice where the alarm comes in.
Mm-hmm.
At which point you would decide what you're going to do with it and how to notify your staff.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, all you're doing is hitting panel silence because the fire department will give you directions on everything else.
Right.
So that's it. So
Okay.
I'll give you the cheat sheet of what I'm looking for when I get back. The only thing you will have needed to do is have recorded here, press the alarm side so you can view where the alarm is or whether you use here, and panel silence if you so wish.
Okay.
All right, man. Easy test, right? I'll be back.
Did you get my message?
No, I was taking a poop.
You heard it.
What? No, we're just sitting here.
There she goes.
You can push alarm. Yeah. Came up.
It already came up. Yeah. Alarm events list. Northeast. Common area. Exit to the courtyard. The auto evac timer running. Okay, so
How you doing?
So I can.
It's finished. 1 minute.
Yeah, but how do you tell when the 1 minute's over?
So
That
this
was
guy
blinking.
here.
That's done. And so it's
Yes,
1 minute's over
exactly.
now. So
Yep.
now I can silence it from here. Panel silence. We'll
There
go with
you
that.
go.
Okay, so I can see where you pulled it from.
Perfect.
So
That's it.
that's it.
That's it, buddy. Because the fire department will want to be on
Come and-
site
they wanna
before
come and look
anything
at
gets
all that.
silenced,
Okay.
unless they give
That's
you
easy enough.
express permission and your fire plan and everything like that sorted out.
He
with them.
told me not to touch it.
Exactly, and that's usually
That, that guy gave.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it then. I just
That's
pressed the alarm thing. It came up. It actually came up without touching that alarm thing. I think it came up.
Oh,
before I
perfect.
touched it.
Usually
Yeah.
it defaults to the first. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just if for some reason it changes.
It doesn't,
that
then you
screen,
just
so-
press the alarm. And
Yep. That's exactly
That's
it. It takes you right where you want to be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the main
So
interaction you'll have.
it's still
with
going to the auto evac though. How do
Yes.
I? So right now we want to
Stop
stop
it.
that. So we would just reset.
So that's the thing is depending on what the fire department allows you to do.
Right.
If you were to hit signal silence, it automatically cancels your timer. However, they're not going to be fond of the idea of you
Mm-hmm. No.
silencing the signals. So in that case, where maybe they've contacted you, you contacted them, or they've
Mm-hmm.
arrived on site and said, okay, keep it in alert, keep the signals going,
Mm-hmm.
don't silence the signals, but stop it from going into evacuation.
Yeah.
mode. So that's where you would use the cancel button that we mentioned before, and you would just press this guy here.
Yeah. And
That
now it
automatically
evacuation's
cancels your
off.
time.
Okay.
So that would keep your 5 specialized areas going for the
Right.
employees, but all the main signals here won't activate.
Okay.
And then the fire department may direct from there either to use the total evacuation. So that's where we can't really restart our timer. So now we're at the point where if they need to evacuate, they need somebody to use a second stage key at a pull station,
Mm-hmm.
or they will need to hit this button here and go into full total evacuation. And it kicks
Oh.
the timer cancel out and automatically goes into full evacuation
Yes.
for you.
Okay.
That'll likely be the most common way if they need to
there
evacuate
is a
the
fire.
building that they will use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
then
the-
how do you stop all that? Would we just reset? Now?
So this one here is a special feature. You'd
Yeah.
have to push it in again, and
Okay. Mm-hmm.
that stops the second stage signals from going. And then this one here, once you've physically gone out and reset
look
the
at-
pull
reset-
station.
You have to reset the pull station before you press reset.
exactly, and that's just a matter of opening it up, replacing your glass rod if you'd like to at that time. If not, you can replace it later. But the main thing is flicking that switch
That
back
switch.
down
Oh, okay.
and getting your
Down.
handle back up, and then we can hit reset. So let's say fire department's cleared you. You've already canceled your timer because your alert's fine. They said everything's fine. It was a false alarm. You've checked where it comes from, whether it's a smoke detector or whether it's a pull station or fan the smoke
Mm-hmm.
detector out, maybe some dust got in it, and then just go ahead and hit your reset. And even at this point, your alarm still technically would be sounding because we didn't silence beforehand.
Okay.
But once it clears the alarm, it'll automatically just stop your signals from playing.
There it goes.
So it's not like if you miss that kind of a step, it's going to be harsh on you.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And of course, again, with all your bypasses on, you get no reaction from the building. So, and it does leave that trouble on there, so it's not a very likely situation you'll have somebody walk away from it because all of your screens everywhere in the building will say, hey, I have a button impressed right now, or
Okay.
pressed that's not supposed to be, or is supposed to be if someone's working on it. And if they're not, we know something's up. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's just so people can't disable your panel by mistake, or if you're teaching somebody how to use it in your absence, that they can lead to a situation where bad stuff happens.
Right.
Yep. And that's all it's for. So on those again, just sort of sound like a broken record, but I just
Yeah.
press to remove, and you can individually do them as well. So for example, if you want to activate your mags and maybe your door releases, which hold your doors open through the different various corridors, you don't have to use all these at once. If you're just looking to test one feature, you can do that. No problem. And that's going to beep because we've introduced the new trouble on the panel. And that's another use for your panel silence is as you are using your own bypasses.
Okay.
So if you're doing your own monthly, for example,
Right.
how you choose to do your monthly fire tests is up to you, what you include, how you go about them. You don't have to do it all at once. You can test your signal separately, your doors separately, because you're probably going to want to have your staff at your doors to make sure nobody wanders out for you, things of the sort. But yeah, so it can all be used independently of each other.
Okay.
Yep, and you'll get the hang of it more as you use it, I promise.
Yeah, I got
This one's one of the newest ones on the market, so it's
Okay.
something that
Right, yeah.
takes some learning. Well, not in a bad way, it's just it's
Yeah.
brand new. So,
Are you going to be doing down at his building too?
I'm not too sure actually. I haven't
Yeah.
heard about it yet, but
Yeah.
probably.
Most likely.
We-
It'll probably
we
be the
got quite a few
same
of
same
these.
system, I imagine.
So. But that's your fire panel in a nutshell. And
Excellent.
again, it comes with paperwork, so we'll be sending you guys like a
Perfect.
full package.
Yeah.
You need the
That was
devices and
close.
everything. Yeah.
Good reflexes.